Lord Eddard Stark died standing on business. I want to talk about Ned Stark for a minute because I always rewatch Game of Thrones throughout the years. Like, I've seen this show like at least a good over 50, 60 times by now, and I've come to a conclusion. Most of my favorite characters are the bad guys. However, I do like the good guys too, and I decided to put myself into the shoes of Ned Stark. Because Ned Stark, his family, prior to the events of Game of Thrones, he had the perfect life. All his people loved him. They all respected him. He was well revered. He was well loved. Like, bro, like nobody spoke ill of Ned Stark. His children were living normal children lives. Like Sansa Stark wanted the little princeling, and Robb and Theon and Jon were talking about girls and stuff, and Jon was trying to find his place in the world because, you know, there was a little friction with Catelyn Stark, but in comparison to all of the other great houses of Westeros and all of the other family drama, the Starks had it good. Like, the Stark family dynamic was the peak family dynamic. The Stark family is what every other person thinks what they want their family to be. That's why people love House Stark so much, because they relate to characters like Jon and Arya and Ned. And I guess some people relate to Sansa as well, because, you know, Sansa gets a lot of hate because, you know, like, she's basically like Littlefinger 2.0, I guess, so that's why she gets a lot of hate. But the point is, the Stark family dynamic was perfect up until everybody's problems came to Winterfell. Because everybody on that boat, everybody on the boat, everybody that came with Robert Baratheon's crew, the Lannisters, everybody here on out, the Starks did not have a good life at all. Like, period, bro. And I feel bad. I feel bad for the Starks, because you gotta think of it this way, man. You put yourself in Ned Stark's shoes. You just got finished beheading somebody because he was talking some gibberish. You talking about, yo, there's zombies up there, bro. There's zombies, bro. I'm telling you, there's zombies up there. And he's over here talking about zombies and ice creatures and things that are moving, but he broke the law. You're not supposed to desert it. You're a Night's Watch. You're a ranger. What would Zordon think? Nah, son, I'm gonna have to cut off your head. That's a part of the code. Whenever like Zordon wrote it, like our ancient Zordon Stark wrote it 1,000 years ago, before the Andals came. It was Zordon Stark who wrote it. He said anybody that deserts their post must lose their head. Zordon Stark was the first one to create beheadings. Guys, I like creating my own lore, even when I'm just telling random stories. So I'm sorry, but yeah. So nah, son, Ned Stark just had to cut this dude's head off, and then he hears that his man's just coming, and he hears that his father figure died, because his real father died because his brother went to King's Landing because his sister supposedly got kidnapped, but it was really Rhaegar and her. I guess they fell in love and they got married and they had Jon Snow, but Brandon didn't know that. Brandon Stark didn't know that. So Brandon Stark got himself killed because he went to King's Landing with Black Air Force energy, and the Mad King is there, and he has fire and stuff like that. Because the more or less the Mad King was looking at him like, hey, yo, why you talking about my son Rhaegar like that? You'll get him, bro. And what happened to freaking Rickard Stark and Brandon Stark was terrible. Well, I think Littlefinger set that shit up, because Littlefinger just lost the fight like 3 days ago prior to that, and then people just end up missing. I'm sorry. I think it was Red Harry. But nah, son. But you Ned Stark. And Jon Arryn is gone. And Jon Arryn is your father figure. Jon Arryn riding for you when the Mad King wanted to burn you and your man's Robert, bro. Because the Mad King, after he was done killing Ned Stark father and brother, he said, you know what? I don't trust none of these wolves. Send me Ned Stark and send me Robert Baratheon too while you at it. System two like to chill with each other. And Jon Arryn was like, no, so we ain't with none of that, bro. House Arryn. We raising our banners. They raised the eagle banners of House Arryn, bro. They raised the eagle banners. The Tullys raised their banners, because now that Brandon's dead, Ned has to marry Catelyn. So House Tully is invested in the war now too. And the Baratheons and Starks, they all raised their banners. It was all because of Jon Arryn. And they took the 7 kingdoms from the Targaryens. They did. Robert beat freaking Rhaegar on the freaking battlefield with a warhammer, smashed him. And then Jaime Lannister, they gave Jaime an ultimatum, son. They told Jaime, like, look, Kingslayer. The Mad King looked like, I need you to go kill your father, and I'm about to burn everybody to the fucking ground, because y'all got me fucked up. And I think Brandon Stark came into his mind and told him to really burn them all, because I don't really know what Brand was doing. Like, the Three-Eyed Raven was just trying to, stop the White Walkers or something, but I don't know. They gotta finish the books. But the point is, the Mad King basically was telling them to burn them all, essentially. Whether it was the throwing of the Three-Eyed Raven, or whether the nigga was just crazy. Who knows? All Jaime knew was, I'm gonna have to stab this nigga. And Jaime just stabbed him. And because you just told me to kill my dad. I'm not killing my pops because of you. Fuck out of here. Bro, I'm just gonna kill you. And now, niggas won't shut up about it. But Jaime he's tired. He sits on the Iron Throne. He sits on the Iron Throne and he's just thinking about his life from here on out. Jaime Lannister's just thinking about how he got himself into this situation. How it was Cersei who told him to join the King's Guard in the first place so they could keep sleeping together. And that didn't work out because, like, you know, Tywin Lannister ended up getting mad and he was in the King's Guard and he took Cersei back to Castle Rock. But Jaime was just stuck there by himself. So Jaime's just sitting there like, yo, my life is shit, bro. I just killed my king. Niggas ain't gonna shut up about this. They gonna talk shit about this forever, bro. Niggas gonna hate me forever. I ain't even that bad of a dude, bro. I'm actually a good dude. I know me and my sister got that thing, but that's none of y'all business, bro. Like, can y'all look outside the box for the Jaime Lannister on the inside? And then Ned Stark looked at him and was like, hey, Kingslayer, he killed the king. They kicked this Kingslayer nigga off the Iron Throne now. Stupid ass Kingslayer. Ned Stark spit. I think Ned Stark probably spit in that man's face. Ned Stark was probably extra disrespectful. Ned Stark had a lot of bass in his voice. But Ned Stark just went through a whole war. And he low-key don't fuck with Robert right now because of the whole, like he's about to not fuck with Robert because after the Targaryens, after what Tywin's gonna do. And then Ned Stark is tired. He's tired. He had to kill like 1,000 niggas before he got here. And the first thing he sees is somebody that's not the king on the Iron Throne. And to an honorable man like Ned Stark, he could not process that shit properly. He did not process that shit properly at all. He didn't think, you know what, maybe the king was wilding. Maybe Jaime needed to stab that nigga because even if he did, we'd all be dead. That thought never crossed his mind. And Jaime wouldn't even allow it because Jaime didn't say nothing. You know, my mother always said, a closed mouth don't get fed. Jaime should have opened his mouth and said, hey, yo, yeah, that nigga was about to kill us all, that's why I stabbed him. That's what he should have said. It would have been that simple. But no. Jaime Lannister just sat there and just stood there and he just had his father's words just appearing in his head while Ned Stark was talking shit. And Jaime Lannister was just like, he just heard his father in his head. A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of a sheep. And Jaime was like, no, fuck that nigga. I don't care about his opinion. Jaime should have did something, bro. Because when that happened, Ned Stark wanted to send him to the wall. Ned Stark was like, yo, we need to send him to the wall, bro. Yo, who gonna be king, son? Who the hell gonna be king? Cause it's not gonna be this nigga. It's not gonna be a snake ass daddy either. Over my dead body. And then Robert's like, don't you all shut the fuck up. All of you are fucking annoying. I'll sit the damn throne and Targaryen blood due to my aunt. Thus, I shall be king. And then Robert Baratheon was just king. And then Stark was like, all right, bet, this nigga go to the wall. If Robert king, then he gotta go to the wall. Cause Robert my nigga, and I don't like this nigga. So send his ass to the wall or kill him because he killed the king. He broke his oath. He's a king's guard. He's a filthy traitor. Look at him with the blood of his sovereign on his blade. I can't stand. I can't stand your ass, Jaime. And then Robert was just looking at, and then Robert just had a calm mind about it. Robert was like, Ned, I think you need to chill. Look, if I'm gonna be king of this whole thing, I might need his father so I can get some money because I'm pretty sure that the Mad King fucked up the expenses. So I'm gonna need you to chill the fuck out, Ned. We need the Lannisters. But Roberts, he's a bum-ass nigga who killed his king. He's a Kingslayer, Roberts. Fuck it, just call him Kingslayer for the rest of his life. We'll just make fun of him forever. That's not justice. That's not honor. Nigga, what do you want me to do, Ned? I'm trying over here. Do we really need the Targaryens to live? No. I have to kill all of the Targaryens. I got a lot of shit to do, Ned. A lot. Your Grace, the deed is done. Lord Tywin? Yes, the deed is done, Your Grace. What do you mean? The Targaryen line has been extinguished. You did this. Why? Because it was necessary. If a new king is to reign, then the old king's line need to be extinguished. I hate you lions, bro. I can't stand y'all niggas, bro. Y'all stink. Ned, chill. Shut up, Robert. I'm tired of this shit. Yo, you wanna do something about Tywin? They just killed Elia and the kid. Let me guess, it was that big ass nigga Gregor Clegane. Indeed it was Sir Gregor. Gregor is very good at his job. But we needed to extinguish the bloodline, and it was bloody work, but it needed to be done. Nah, fuck out of here. We ain't fucking with these lions. Let's just execute the whole house. Just execute the whole house, Robert. Come on. Come on, Robert. Robert, I am 18 years old and I have hot blood in my body. Let's execute these niggas before sound mind returns to me. And then Robert's like, Dad, we're not doing that. Lord Tywin is right. We needed to kill them niggas. And if there's any more Targaryens, we're gonna have to kill them too. Robert, do we really need to? I'm pretty sure one Targaryen can fuck them niggas dead. They took me out of me. And then Ned Stark didn't turn a monologue about this shit was, you know my sister didn't fuck with you like that, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna break it to this nigga, bro. I don't know how I'm gonna tell Robert, bro. That Lyanna just don't like you like that, man. I don't know how I'm gonna tell him, bro. I'm scared to tell him. That nigga might snuff me. Robert Baratheon got Black Air Force energy. This nigga has a six-pack in the body of a JoJo character, of a season 3 JoJo character. I'm not trying to, I don't want no smoke from Robert, bro. I'm gonna wait till that nigga get fat or something, bro. I'm not, So he just wanna kill the Targaryens. But my nephew's a Targaryen. And I gotta take care of this little nigga. Robert, couldn't you be more agreeable? Because now I gotta do the one thing that goes against my entire character. Now I gotta lie. I gotta lie now. I gotta. Damn, they wanted me to name that little nigga Aegon. Shit, that nigga named John Doe, bro. Jon Snow. Yep, that's gonna be his name. Yeah, I can't with this shit. I just killed Arthur Dayne. Bro, niggas is glazing me right now, bro. Niggas is glazing me because I just killed Arthur Dayne. It wasn't even me, it was my mans. It was my mans who did it, bro. So Howard Rivers, my nigga. Niggas in the chronic, son. I need to give me some chronic after this shit, bro, because Robert's blowing mine, Jaime's blowing mine, Tywin's blowing mine, the Mad King being dead on the floor is blowing mine. And I gotta go back home, back to my wife, which is my second choice. Because I wanted a Shara Dane fine ass. But that wasn't gonna happen. That didn't happen for some reason. They betrothed me to Catelyn Tully. And my life is pretty good. She's a great woman. We take care of our kids, everything. The only thing I don't like about my wife is every now and then I'll get a raven from fucking the Vale of King's Landing, and that shit will have a mockingbird sigil on it. And I know that's like that nigga that wanted to fuck my wife, bro. That nigga Paul Baelish, bro. I don't trust that nigga. But maybe he's not that bad, bro. Maybe if I go there because he knows my wife, if I need to find some shit out, maybe I could actually use that nigga. I'm not gonna trust that nigga Varys, though. That nigga ain't got no dick. This is Ned Stark's mental process, bro. Like, when Ned Stark pulled up, and when I'm about to get into the, because I'm just talking, this video was just about Ned Stark, bro. Because I've just been thinking about fathers in general, like Tywin and Ned, the differences between these two characters and stuff like that. What makes them great? And they're both great in their own right if you're looking for certain things. But after Robert's Rebellion, for the next 17-something years, it's been relatively peaceful, except for that one skirmish with the Greyjoys that we squashed. And now I got another child from that, Theon. So yeah, he's here too. But you gotta even put yourself in Theon's shoes. Bro, Theon just watched Stannis Baratheon and Robert Baratheon and Ned Stark body his whole entire family, bro. And now Theon has to just live with Ned Stark. And he think he's about to get tortured. He think he's about to get the Ramsay Bolton treatment that he's gonna get later on in life. But no. They eat with Theon. Theon is front and center when people are coming and stuff. Like they treat Theon like he's just another one of the bros. And then Theon ended up getting a friendship with Rob. This is why I said Ned Stark was a good dude. He was such a good noodle, bro. Like, oh my god. Like, yeah, he had his personal grievances and shit with Lannisters and shit like that. But he was a good ass nigga, bro. Because, bro, like they could have treated Theon like the way the Lannisters treated Sansa. The way the Lannisters treated Sansa was atrocious. Cersei was just over here just fear-mongering her all the time, bro. All the time. Cersei just fear-mongering her, bro. She's just, And then, after that, she had to deal with fucking Pippin, Lord fucking Baelish, trifling ass, ditty ass. And then you had to deal with Ramsay, which in the book she didn't have to deal with Ramsay because Lord Baelish wasn't stupid in the books. Lord Baelish was like, nah, I'm not gonna fumble the bag that stupidly. Nah, I have smart people writing for me. I'm still brilliant and I'm still alive, motherfuckers. Yeah, George's gonna have to get back to the book before y'all kill me. Back to Ned Stark. Bro, Ned Stark, life was fine before Robert, fat ass, and Cersei and Jaime stank ass pulled up to Winterfell, bro. Cersei came out the cabbage looking stink. Jaime came out here looking like Prince Charming from Shrek. Tyrion was nowhere to be found because Tyrion went to the brothel. Tyrion was like, yo, where that redhead at, bro? She was bad, bro. Nah, I want her specifically. And Jamie was like, you don't want these girls? I got these girls for you too. And Jamie was like, yo, I'll take them too. What's up? Yo, Jamie, you want to join me? Nah, I think I'm a Kingsguard, bro. You already know I can't be doing shit like that. All right, Jamie. My bad. I ain't trying to disrespect you, big bro. Man, I love Tyrion and Jamie's relationship. But nah, son. Yeah, back to Ned, bro. So now Robert telling you, hey, yo, Ned, I need you to be hand to the king. Because John Aaron was like a father to both of us. John Aaron was like a father to both of us, bro. And I'm gonna keep it 100, Ned. I can't do this shit by myself, bro. I can't, bro. This Lord Council meetings are boring, bro. Lord Baelish Pastel, my brother, and fucking Varys just start talking. And it's even worse when Stannis is there. I'm glad that nigga did, bro. I'm so glad that nigga Stannis ain't the King's Land. I can't stand Stannis. I don't know, bro. But nah, son, I need you, Ned. I need you. I can't do this shit by myself, man. It's boring over there. The only thing that's over there, the only thing I got over there is infinite money, infinite power, and infinite hoes. But I ain't got my bro. I ain't got my best friend. I ain't got my nigga. I need you, Ned. I need you. And then Ned, like, and this is Ned's mental process. I really don't want to go down there. My father died when I was down. The last time he went down there. My brother died. The last time I was down there, I killed 1,000 niggas. I killed one of the greatest swordsmen to ever do it, bro. Off the fucking name, bro. I got that on my rep, bro. And I'm not even proud of that shit, bro. That shit was sneak attack, bro. I can't even wear that shit with pride. You want me to go back there? To the place that my daddy died? With these stink ass Lannisters? But you know what, Robert? You my nigga. I love you, bro. Back when we was in the Vale, we was inseparable, son. I'll do it for you. And bro, and that was Ned Stark's biggest mistake. That was Ned Stark's biggest mistake. He should stay his ass in Winterfell. Just like Littlefinger should stay his ass in the Vale. The second they started yelling King in the North. The minute they started yelling King in the North, Littlefinger was like, yeah, I'm going back to the Vale. And he's like, why? Because if I stay here simping, I'm gonna die. That's why. And I want to come back later on and do some more shit. So I'm gonna leave and go back to the Vale. That's what Baelish should have fucking did. But no, he fucking simping, being stupid. And I don't blame him for his character. I blame the writers because that nigga is still alive and competent in the books. But nah, son. Ned Stark should have stayed his ass in fucking Winterfell, bro. Stay there where your family is still alive. This is the last time y'all all gonna see each other. You don't even know that yet. Fucking with this fat ass nigga. You don't even know that that's the last time you gonna see any of your family, bro. That in a couple of months you're gonna be ahead on a spike because of a series of events put forward by a nigga who wanted to smash your wife. And Ned Stark, you don't even know what's going on. You don't know half of it. And then the next day he hears that his son is a cripple now. That his son can't walk. That he just mysteriously fell off of a tower. And when you think that's not bad enough, the next thing he hears is his daughter got into a fight with the prince and won. She beat his ass and made him look soft. She beat his ass and made him look soft, and her direwolf came and bit that nigga hand. But you did that shit to the prince. If we learn anything from Dunk and Egg, you're not supposed to do nothing to a prince. They were about to kill Dunk. They were about to kill that nigga Duncan, bro. They had to do that trial by combat, trial by 7. And then now, and Cersei Lannister's there. Cersei Lannister got Black Air Force energy 100% of the time. She never takes off the forces. Bro, Cersei has interchangeable pairs of Black Air Forces. That's all she wears. It's Black Air Forces. The level of Black Air Force energy certain characters have is just, bro. Every character has a pair of Air Forces, bro. And they put these Air Forces on when they're about to do some war crime shit. They all have them. Some of them are black. The ones with the Black Air Forces are the ones you need to worry about. But the ones with the decorative Air Forces, you need to worry about them niggas too. Because when you see Otto Hightower with the emerald green Air Forces, with the lime green Nike switches that glow in the dark, you know that trifling shit is about to happen. When you see Littlefinger with the Mockingbird edition Air Forces with lavish velvet embroidery on this shit, if you see him with those sneakers on, run. Because someone's gonna die. It might not be you. It might be your wife. Or it might be somebody you fuck with. It might be nobody you know at all, but somebody's gonna perish. Because Lord Baelish got on the Mockingbird Air Forces. And when Tywin Lannister pulls out those red and gold reins of Castamirs, those were the Air Forces Tywin was wearing when the Red Wedding happened. In fact, Tyrion knew some shit was gonna happen, because as soon as Tyrion went inside the small council chamber, he seen Tywin with his feet up on the table. She seen the red and gold Air Forces with the lion Nike switch on it, and he was like, oh nah. My father's about to start wilding. And you wanna know who doesn't have a pair of Air Forces anymore? Ned. Ned don't got no forces. He never did. He never had a pair of forces because they buried They buried Brandon Stark with his black Air Forces, and Ned never took them off his feet. They buried that nigga with them shits on. They were like, you know what? Let's bury Brandon and his black forces. Ned, you should have took them shits. You might have needed them. You needed those black forces. You needed a little bit of spice in you, because you're going to King's Landing and you're fighting against the Spice Lords. Bro, this nigga Ned didn't even know, bro. I mean, the first thing he goes and gets to King's Landing, bro. Lord Baelish says, yo, your wife is here. And the first thing he does is choke Lord Baelish like he's pussy. Bro, anyone that has done this to Littlefinger, besides Jon Snow, because that nigga has Rogexio levels of fucking plot armor, but anyone that has done this shit to Littlefinger has paid immediately after. If you ever press Lord Baelish, you're gonna die, or someone you love is gonna die, bro. Look what happened to Cersei, my nigga. Cersei's life was fine until the day she did that shit to Littlefinger, bro. Nigga, the next season her son was dead. And that nigga Littlefinger said, my friendship with the Lannisters was productive. With Joffrey, a mean boy. Who could trust a boy like that? Family like that? My new friends are predictable, kind, very caring people. And what I've done to Joffrey was something that my new friends wanted very dearly. Nothing like a sweet gift to make a strong alliance grow strong. Nah, bro, my boy's Lord, and the thing is, Lord Baelish didn't repeat, forget the shit that Cersei did. The minute Cersei said, seize him, cut his throat. Oh, no. Move forward, be patient, close your eyes, take a shit in the corner. Power is power. Learn that, little nigga. Don't ever fucking talk about me and my brother again. And that's Littlefinger fault too. Littlefinger got a fresh ass mouth. Littlefinger be talking crazy, bro. That Littlefinger be like, if you find yourself in bed with an ugly woman, close your eyes and get it over with. Cut her throat and be done with it. I'm like, nigga, you are wicked. And that's just because he didn't get the bitch that he wanted. He wanted Catelyn, bro. And I don't know why he wanted Catelyn, because Ned didn't want Catelyn. Ned wanted the Shara Dane. Ned had to settle. And he settled. He had a great life, but I honestly think Ned wanted that Dornish nookie. I'm telling you, bro. Look, bro, on some real shit, I wish Lord Baelish could have just got Catelyn and Ned could have just got Shara Dane, bro. That would have just solved everything, bro. None of this shit would have happened. But then characters wouldn't be born. Who the fuck cares? It's an alternate universe. But man, that would be. But I digress. But nah, son. So Ned doesn't know. He wants to find out why his father died, bro. Yo, fuck my father died, bro. Yo, what was he doing when he was over here? And he goes to Parcell. Libra Zodiac. He goes to Parcell. And Parcell's like, oh, yeah, he was looking at books and shit. Books about genealogy. And he said, bro, and he asked Littlefinger, yo, you know why the fuck Jon Arryn died? And Littlefinger's internal monologue is, I know exactly why Jon Arryn died. I'm the one who killed him. But what Littlefinger said out loud was, well, that nigga was asking a lot of questions. I think you could ask that nigga right there. He probably knows. Yeah, so he was the veil. Yeah. You can probably go to that armory. There's a brothel that Jon Arryn was going to. He was just weeding Ned Stark around. Because he's guilty. He's red hairy. You're talking to the devil, nigga. And the sad part is, you didn't even know it, bro. Because the angel that could have saved you had no penis. His name was Lord Varys. That nigga could have saved your ass if you would have just got to him first. But that wasn't going to happen. You want to know why that wasn't going to happen? Because every opportunity Littlefinger got, he would talk shit about that nigga Varys. Just so Ned Stark wouldn't trust him. Littlefinger does this shit on purpose. He'll talk shit about Varys openly. Parcell does it to a more ferocious degree. Like, Parcell is unhinged. Like, Parcell like, fuck that nigga Varys. Like, Littlefinger be like, you know, eunuchs, who knows what they be thinking? Eunuchs is just weird. Like, Littlefinger would insinuate it, but Parcell will go in. Like, bro, I don't understand how Varys deals with Littlefinger and Parcell. Because, bro, both these niggas be undermining him, talking shit about it, and he has to stay on the small council with these two niggas for most of the seasons, bro. He has to deal, bro, those are his partners, bro. He gotta deal with this. Bro, that's why Varys was so lit when Tyrion came, bro. He was like, finally, somebody that doesn't hate me because I don't have a penis. I'm tired of niggas judging me for not having one of those, bro. I don't need that shit. I'm good. Y'all, bro, what's the reason? I'm good. I'm trying to make sure y'all good. I'm trying to make sure y'all live. And y'all eat to see another fucking day. And y'all get to have a good king on the throne. And y'all eat a small bulky food. That's what I'm trying to do out here. But to do that, I gotta be sneaky because I don't got hands. I don't got a morphin grid that'll just make me know how to fight immediately. So I gotta be sneaky about it. I'm sorry. I gotta be sneaky. I gotta hide your children because that's how I know, bro. And the books is way worse. He be cutting out these kids' tongues in the book, like. I don't like yo, some Game of Thrones just be extra sometimes, bro. Like I just be cutting off every body part known to man. Like it's like, bro, nobody leave that show unscathed. Everybody leaves with the scar. Tyrion, nose, Jaime, hand, Cersei, hair get cut, Littlefinger, navel, the collarbone, Ned Stark, beheaded, Arya got a scar on her face, Jon Snow got a scar on his face. Except for Sansa ain't got. Now Sansa got internal scars. She got emotional scars. All the characters left with scars. Nobody left unscathed. That's why we love the Game of Thrones, bro. But bro, I felt bad for Ned, bro, because he was being weeded around. He didn't know what he was doing in King's Landing. He didn't know who he was fucking with. And then I felt bad for him because of his wife. His wife was still chummy with the stick of Littlefinger, bro. And like, that really fucked you over because all he did was just lie to you and say, yo, that shit was Tyrion. He did that shit because chaos is a ladder. I want to start some shit. I need y'all niggas to start not liking each other so y'all niggas can be like, yo, I don't like this nigga. What do I need to do about this? And then I could say, well, actually, Littlefinger just wants to say, well, actually. Bro, Littlefinger literally created a whole war just so he could be like, well, actually, and then come up in the world. And like Catelyn didn't even see that shit, bro. Varys didn't see that shit. But I think Varys and Littlefinger were secretly working together. Because a part of me, because the books ain't finished this shit, and their relationship isn't really fleshed out as much as it is in the show, so it's left to interpretation. So for all we know, Varys and Littlefinger could be working together for different objectives, but leading to primarily the same goal. That's what I think might be going on. Even though they're objectively different, but I honestly think they just talk shit to each other just to throw everybody else off, bro. Nah, son. But Ned, bro, and then he hears that Catelyn kidnapped Tyrion, and that was another start of Ned's problems, bro. This is why you should have never came here, bro. If you was in Winterfell, your wife would have still been in Winterfell. If your wife was in Winterfell, she wouldn't have been around Lord Baelish or nobody that could have told her some dumb shit that could have started y'all war. Because y'all kidnapped Tyrion, and that's the worst thing imaginable. Because Tyrion is attached to one of the most powerful destructive entities in the fucking Seven Kingdoms. Tyrion is attached to Tywin Lannister. He has the name Wyn in his name. He has the name Wyn in his name. The only thing that can kill this nigga is something of his own making, which is how he meets his end. And it won't be by no Stark hands. You pissed him off. And he was skinning and deal when he heard this shit. He's like, what, they kidnapped my son? Oh, nah. They got me fucked up. So Gregor, yo, go to the Riverlands, burn the villages, burn the farms, I'll fucking shit up. And bro, sending the mountain to do anything it's a world-ending event for whoever's on the opposite side. Because besides giants and dragons and wards and anything else that might exist that's mighty in the Game of Thrones universe, the mountain is the strongest thing in the world. Nobody's beating that nigga. Nobody's beating him. I'm sorry, bro. Bro, I see polls that say, yo, if you had this person and you needed these people to protect you, who would you pick? Bro, the mountain's on my team at all times, bro. Nobody can beat him. The Hound beat him. Did he? The mountain's a fucking zombie. Who knows what Qyburn did? Like, for all you know, as soon as they dropped, the mountain probably got back the fuck up. He probably crawled. He's probably really dead, realistically speaking. But he probably, I don't know, bro. Realistically, bro, like I said, the only thing killing you in this world is something of your own making, right, man? And the mountain created the Hound. He created the Hound. Because the Hound saw the Gregor Clegane's limited edition Rodexio Ikagan Funko Pop collection, and he was like, yay, flawless military toys. And then Sir Gregor's like, hey, yo, if you don't put my goddess and my squid demon down, and he just grabbed this nigga and put him into the fucking fire. It was over. Because you shouldn't have fucking touched with my toys. I understand understand Gregor's mentality completely. I understand. I'm terrible for this, but when I was a child, I didn't like other kids playing with my toys either. I literally can't. I did. I'm sorry. I just did. I like to play with myself. I'm weird for that, but I understand where the mountain was coming from. Bro, also, you wanna know why? Because somebody robbed me. I got robbed for my toys. I had to chase that nigga down 3 blocks and tackle that nigga. Because I was playing with my Goldar and my Megazord action figure in the park. So he took my sword. And then my grandfather was like, Vonnie. That was my nickname back then. He was like, Vonnie. And then I was running after him. I'm like, nah. I said, this thing got me fucked up. And bro, he went inside the schoolyard. I tackled him, bro. But I don't know what. He must have tossed my toy. It was a little plastic toy sword. He stole this shit from me, bro. And let me explain something to you about little toy weapons when you're a kid. When you're a kid and when your toys have fucking accessories, those shits are easy to fucking lose. I lost all of my weapons. I had like the power bow was the only thing I had left from my Mighty Morphin Automorphin figures. It was the only thing I had left, bro. The only fucking thing I had left. So I had Goldar and I finally had a sword to put on my characters so I could use it. If I need the Red Ranger or the Green Ranger to have a sword, they can look power sword. Oh, Dragon Attack. I'll destroy you. Like, I can just do that. But no. Little niggas took my shit. And I don't know, he must have, bro, I don't know what he did with that sword, bro. He must have ate that shit, bro. Damn, I just went through a whole childhood memory right there. But yeah, I could completely understand why the mountain did what he did. Because he sees somebody touching this shit, he's like, yo, get your hands off my motherfucking, you know what, no. It was a bit extreme, but I get it, Sir Gregor. You don't like people touching your stuff. Like, the mountain's a very understandable guy. He just doesn't like annoying shit. Like, the mountain just doesn't like annoying shit. Like, people snoring. Like, you're snoring too loud. And mind you, the mountain gets headaches, bro. I don't know, there's something wrong with that nigga, bro. Like he get headaches and shit. And, like, that nigga need to drink milk and a poppy to keep the headaches out, bro. Like, that nigga got migraines or something, bro. Like, bro, you don't get to be that big and that strong without having problems, bro. I'm sorry. So, like, bro, sometimes niggas get caught lacking, bro. The Hound used to have a sister. They don't even know what happened to her. Like, I don't know. She just caught Sir Gregor with a bad day. Okay, realistically, the mountain's a deplorable fucking monster that needs to be put down immediately. I just like him because I just like villains in general, and I just relate to him because of the toy thing. I can understand Sandra wanting to play with the toy, but I relate to the one more so, like, why the fuck are you touching my shit to begin with? I relate more to that than I want to play with the person's toy, because I never wanted to play with anyone else's toys. I had my own toys. I wanted to play with my toys by myself. So, like, I understand where the mountain was coming from. Damn, maybe. But nah, son. This is just a Game of Thrones rambling video, son, at this point. At this point, it's just a Game of Thrones rambling video. I'm just talking about Game of Thrones as a whole, son. Nah. But back to Ned Stark, son. So now that they done kidnapped Tyrion, bro, and, like, Ned Stark's looking for this stuff, Littlefinger, he's still being a little weasel in the corner, like, yes, I'm leading you nowhere, but you don't know that. And what ended up happening was, they started hearing yelling outside the brothel. Hey, yo, Dad! Get the fuck outside now! Where the fuck my brother at? It was Jaime Lannister, yelling at the top of his lungs with mad bass in his voice, with his gold and white Air Forces on. Ned, get your ass outside now! Like, Jaime wasn't playing with that nigga. And Littlefinger was like, what is the meaning of this, Kingslayer? Littlefinger, get your ass inside where it's fucking safe before I finish the job that Brandon Stark was supposed to fucking do. Littlefinger was like, oh, say less, my nigga. You know, Ned Stark, I don't know what you're gonna do, but you're gonna have to handle this. And Ned Stark like, yo, what you want, Kingslayer? Where the fuck my brother at, yo? Your wife took her? Your wife took my brother? She took him? Yeah, and the thing is, Ned Stark, he in a predicament right now. Because Catelyn did that shit. Catelyn did that shit with her whole chest. And now Ned Stark gotta defend his wife, which he wouldn't have to do if he wasn't here to begin with. Now he has to defend his wife. He has to stand on business. Be a real man. That's what real men do. Like, yeah, my wife did that shit, whatever. She did that shit under my orders, which is cap. But he got to stand on business, bro. And Jaime Lannister, Jaime, they didn't square up. Jaime Lannister pulled out his sword and told that nigga to square up. And they got into a duel. They started dueling like it was Yu-Gi-Oh! It was Gearfried versus Flame Swordsman on the field. And then Alligator Sword stabbed Flame Swordsman in the freaking in the leg. Oh. And then Jaime Lannister looks at the nigga like, hey, yo! He smacks him. Why you fucking gonna stab Ned, bro? I'm a warrior. I like fair fights. I get off on besting people fairly because I practice every day with sword. Nigga, I've been doing this, bro. I've been doing this shit since I was 7. Bro, you got me fucked. You know what, Ned? Yo, I want my brother back, bro. This fight is over. I'll catch your ass later, my nigga. And then the first thing Ned Stark do, he wakes up and he sees Robert and he sees Cersei, bro. And Cersei talking mad shit. Cersei like, look at this traitor. And then, like, you know, Robert, I forgot exactly, like I said, I gotta rewatch that one part. I remember most of the shit from Game of Thrones, but what Cersei said, oh no, now I remember what Cersei said. She was like, yo, I should wear the crown and you should wear the skirts. You a bitch ass nigga, Robert. And she essentially said, she didn't say you a bitch ass nigga, but she said that. And Robert slugged her. Robert gave her an aura real quick. Pow! I wear this as a badge of honor. Wear it in silence or I'll honor you again. And basically, Cersei had to eat that at that point, bro, because like that's the king right there. There ain't nobody that's gonna tell that nigga what to do. There ain't nobody gonna tell Robert Baratheon what to do unless they're floating or some shit and have powers. Only niggas with powers get to tell niggas without powers what to do. Fuck. I wasn't telling King Robert what the fuck to do. You're not Daenerys Targaryen. Nigga, Daenerys, bro, on some real shit. I would love to see an alternate take on Game of Thrones where Daenerys invaded and either she had to deal with Robert or Tywin. That would be cool. I would like for Daenerys to invade, but for her, because Cersei was her opponent. And that shit just ended in a disaster for everybody, for Cersei, for Dany, for everybody. But what if her opponent was someone more martial, someone like fucking Tywin Lannister, or even I really want Robert Baratheon because I want to see him go against the Dothraki. But Tywin Lannister? See her go against him? Or, I mean, Stannis is an interesting case too, but I'm gonna be real, I don't want Stannis to win in any capacity whatsoever. Because I watch a lot of alternate universes, other people's stories in Game of Thrones, and this nigga always be winning, bro! Like, bro, Stannis wins in like 90% of everybody's fucking alternate stories. I'm tired of this nigga, bro. Fuck him. He burnt his daughter alive. But everybody else is terrible. But bro, you know what? Cersei was about to poison her son. You know, they was about to execute niggas. Cersei did, bro. All right. Wow. That's crazy. How I was willing to defend Cersei so quick, but I was willing to condemn Stannis. Damn. Fuck Stannis. I don't like that nigga, bro. Fuck him. The menace. The part is, I kind of do like Stannis a little bit, but he gets glazed so much and so often that I just feel like, he's so just, he's so clean, blah, blah, blah. Ridley would have made a better king than him. Ridley would have made a better king than him, bro. Rob would have made a better king than him. Bro, there's so many niggas that would have made a better king than Stannis Baratheon. Ridley, Rob, Tommen, if Tywin Lannister was still alive. Because I think the reason why Tommen failed was because Tywin died. Nigga, if Tywin was still alive and Tywin was king, Tywin would have been a decent king. He would have been a puppet king and Tywin would have been ruling and shit like that. And Tywin was a good fucking ruler. Tywin was a great fucking... Was he? Let me ask that question. Was Tywin really a great ruler? Nah, he held shit down during the Mad King era, bro. Nah. That nigga Tywin was efficient as fuck. The only reason shit didn't work out was because that nigga was always so far away at Castle Rock and far away from the head of the king position because he was the Lord of Castle Rock. And the reason why he kept doing that was because the Mad King fucked up in the first time. And during Robert's, he just married the daughter, so Tywin had power through Cersei, so he didn't need to be head of the king at that point. He was like, you know what, my daughter queen, I don't care. I don't need to be over there. Well, once Robert died, the shit started to change. That's when Tywin died. Now I need to be over there. But now, Ned Stark, he's tired now. He realized that he should have went back to Winterfell a long time ago, bro. He like, you know what? I'm tired of these crackers, bro. I'm going back to Winterfell. Where it's safe. Where all the people fuck with me. Where people greet me and say good morning, your grace. They call me your grace over there, bro. I'm only a lord, and niggas just say your grace over there. They call me your grace over here, but it doesn't feel the same. It just feels distant. It just feels performative. I hate over here. I hate everybody here, bro. I can't stand nobody in this fucking place, bro. I hate Robert. Bro, Robert my nigga, but I can't stand that nigga, bro. He mad and effective, bro. I gotta do all this ruling because you don't know how to rule, because you wanna fuck bitches, because you wanna drink, because you wanna hunt. I gotta do all this shit because of that, bro. And I can't even voice that shit because me voicing that shit's treason. So this is just my eternal monologue. I can't stand that nigga Robert. I hate his wife even more, bro. Why she such a bitch for, bro? I can't stand his wife, bro. I can't stand her. I can't stand a stink ass brother, bro. That nigga think he, bro. I would fuck that nigga up, bro. If that nigga didn't stab me in the leg, bro. I would fuck that nigga up, bro. But nah, son. They got me fucked up, bro. I hate it here. Bro. Lord Baelish has been helpful. He's been trying his best. He's been trying to. I don't know, man. I don't trust his ass that much either, bro. But at least he's been trying to put me in there. I just hope that nigga don't stick me, bro. Like, I hate it here, bro. I can't stand it. Varys, he been telling me somebody's been asking questions and shit like that, and he said somebody that couldn't afford it. That sounds like the Lannisters, but maybe it could be Lord Baelish. It could be the Master of Clothing. I don't know who to trust, bro. I'm tired. I don't want to do this shit anymore. You know what? I'm going home. I don't have to do this shit no more. I'm not the king. I already gave up my hand to the kingship. Arya, Sansa, we out.
No! I have my dancing lessons with Syria, and I want to marry Joffrey. He's a gilded golden lion with gilded golden hair.
Golden blonde lion. Wait a minute. Joffrey looked like his mama. And he looked like Jamie. He don't look like Robert, bro. That nigga don't look like Robert at all. He don't got Robert's jawline, nothing. And Robert be fucking like crazy. Robert be blowing backs out like a baseball player, bro. Robert be blowing backs out like Brock Lesnar in the ring in the Undertaker's undefeated streak, son. I've seen plenty of Robert's bastards. They all look like him. They got his brown eyes. They got his laughter. They got that laughter, bro. There's a couple of them. I seen some of them in Winterfell, all laughing and looking like Robert. But these kids. And then my son got pushed out the window. And my wife said she thought it was the Lannisters because she found blonde hair up there. Why was there blonde hair up there? Well, Cersei got a lot of blonde hair. I think they be on some Alabama shit, bro. Like the Targaryens. Oh, nah. They nasty. Nasty ass lions. I do it like that nigga Jamie. I do it ever since that nigga was sitting on the throne. Nah. I gotta do something about this. Robert's not even here. That nigga hunting right now, bro. He gonna be on that hunting trip for a while. Cersei got kids. They may not be Roberts, but they need to suffer. You know what? I'm just gonna let Cersei know that I'm gonna tell her, bro. And then I'm gonna tell her that she should leave. But threaten her. Yeah. That'll do it. Ned, don't do it, Ned! Oh my God! Nigga, Cersei, Ned said, your brother or your lover. And Cersei hit him with a line from Epic Musical. She said this shit to him. Make one wrong move and you're done for. Anything I don't approve and you're done for. Nigga, if you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die. There is no middle ground. Do you know what you just did by telling me this shit, Ned? Saying this shit to my pampered face? Do you know what I'm gonna do to you? You have no idea. You think I'm pussy because I have one. Oh, I'm gonna show you that I can fuck just as hard as a nigga. Just as hard as any man. I'm gonna show you that I can fuck just as hard as any man, man. You're gonna feel it, watch. This shit's just gonna start happening. And happening it did, bro. Cause Ned Stark came back from that meeting. And bro, Renly Baratheon looked disheveled. Renly Baratheon was like, yo Ned, it's terrible. My brother, he was got my boy, bro. They killed my brother, bro. My brother's dead. And now Robert's dying. And Ned, he has a choice he needs to make. He needs to decide whether this is a good idea or not, bro. Ned needs to decide whether this is a great idea or not. As soon as Ned decides the will for him to be a protector of the realm, he words it so he can put it in Robert's true-born heirs and shit like that. Ned was playing the Game of Thrones at the last minute, but he was playing it the wrong fucking way. Because Renly, who you should listen to, because Renly, I understand stands for second in line, but bro, you over here listening to a big titty goth bitch and you're burning people alive, bro. I'm good. Ned should have sided with Renly, bro. Ned should have sided with Renly. My man's like, because Renly was like, hey yo Ned, I got 1,000 swords. I got 100 swords outside, bro. We need to strike right now before Cersei starts fighting. Because I heard about that thing you did in the gods with Ned, and you irritated this woman, and not on that, the king just died, my brother just died, and we need to start moving. And then Ned was like, but Stannis is the rightful heir, so we're gonna move to get Stannis on the throne, right? And Renly Baratheon looked at Ned Stark like he just cursed to him in a different language. He was like, don't ever say Stannis Baratheon's name in my presence. Get full stuff. I deserve to be king. I have swagger on him. I have more swagger than him. I get more hoes than him. I get more niggas than him. Niggas. Really. Don't let me know you look, Ned. That's besides the point. The point I'm trying to make is, Ned, we need to act right now. And then Ned Stark looked down at Ridley's sneakers, and he seen that Ridley was wearing the emerald green Tyrell Air Forces. It's a derivative of the emerald green Hightower Air Forces, because those were the Air Forces that came back way Idle Day, and they made the sneaker again, but they made it the Tyrell brand, and Ridley had that on. And then Ned Stark was like, yeah, I'm not trusting this thing. And then Ridley just left after that. He dipped after that. And Ned Stark goes to Lord Baelish. And he says, Lord Baelish, we need to do something. Stannis Baratheon is the rightful heir. And when Lord Baelish heard this shit, Lord Baelish felt like he was physically smacked across his face by the hands of a giant. The reason why Littlefinger thought this shit was because Littlefinger is a pimp. Littlefinger is a procurer of women. In this dirty profession, a lot of people don't check it. One of those main people that don't like what Littlefinger does for a living is Stannis Baratheon. And Stannis Baratheon doesn't like Littlefinger as a whole. If Stannis Baratheon was to come to King's Landing and become king, Littlefinger would be executed. And Littlefinger knows this. So Littlefinger's like, nah, we either gonna side with the Lannisters or Ridley or me. That's what we gonna do. There ain't gonna be no other choice but you suggest this treason. Only if we lose. Ned Stark, you're in King's Landing right now. And I'm gonna be real frank with you, Ned Stark. I've been wanting to fuck your wife for quite some time. But if you say Stannis Baratheon in my presence one more time, Lord Stark, because I've been kind up until now. You're still alive. Usually, when niggas fuck with me and I don't like them, they're usually dead within 3 days. You're still alive. That means I like you, Lord Stark. But if you say Stannis Baratheon needs to be the rightful heir one more motherfucking time, I guarantee you shit does not go well for me. You already yoked me up in the yard. I already have reason to fuck you up. So, Lord Stark, do you want this smoke? And basically, that's not what Littlefinger said. That's what Littlefinger said unfiltered. What Littlefinger said filtered was, Lord Stark, I own the City Watch. The City Watch answers to the man who pays them. And if you want my assistance, it is best that you heed my counsel. And then Ned Stark was like, nah, you a snake ass nigga. Stannis Baratheon is the rightful heir. I'm standing on business. I'm standing on Stannis. And Littlefinger was like, in Littlefinger's mind, he already wrote Ned Stark's name in the death note. He was like, you know what? Eddard Stark dies of beheading. Like, in his mind, he already did that shit, man. And I guarantee you that, because he was supposed to go to the Night's Watch. That's what Sansa wanted. That's what Cersei wanted. That's what everybody agreed on. He was supposed to go to the Night's Watch. But I guarantee you, Lord Baelish did one of these. Hey, yo, wouldn't it be lit if you killed that nigga? Like, just do it, bro. Like, you the king. Like, this is your first day. This is your first coronation. You want to go out with a bang. And then Joffrey like, that does sound like a good idea. And then Joffrey just did it. But the reason why I think he did that shit was because Lord Baelish was the only nigga not moving when this shit happened. Everybody was thrown off guard. Everybody was surprised. Everybody was shocked except for Littlefinger. He had that look on his face like he knew exactly that this was the exact thing that was going to happen. And he is exactly happy that it's happening. Because fuck that nigga. You took everything from me. Your family took everything that I love. You took my bitch from me, bro. I didn't have nothing, nigga. I grew up in the projects of the fingers. And I wanted Catelyn, bro. That's all I wanted my entire life. Nigga, I took her from me. So fuck you, die. That's where Littlefinger was at. But I feel bad for Ned. I feel bad for Ned because putting myself in his shoes, this all could have been avoided if he would have stayed his ass in Winterfell, bro. And not even came here to begin with, bro. Because the odds were stacked against you. You got Cersei Lannister, who is a reactive creature. She's not gonna do much to you unless you do something to her. Which you will, which you threatening her and saying, hey yo, I know what you're doing. Ned Stark's problem was he was meat checking. That's his problem. He was over here checking to see what happened to John, to see if they, I understand. You know what though? I don't even blame Ned Stark because John Aaron died. Out of that, but it just sucks because it's just like John Aaron died because he was looking up information. It wasn't even, he didn't even die for looking up that information. John Aaron just so happened to be looking up the information when he died. That nigga died because Littlefinger wanted him dead. Littlefinger was like, yeah, I need that nigga dead. I understand, yeah, I need him dead. Because, like I said, if me and you ever want to get married, which I know you want to marry all this sexiness over here, I know you come in here, I know when I come through here, you see me smelling like cologne all the fucking time, looking dapper as fuck. You want this, don't you? Yes, Peter, I want you, but how do we think of my husband? It's quite simple. Kill that nigga. How? Poison him. And we just say that the nigga died of old age. He old, right? Bro, that nigga can't even bust nuts, bro. I had to put that baby in you. That little nigga Robin is mine. Shit ain't his. He wasn't bleeding, he was shooting blinks. I know, but how are we going to piece together, Peter? It's gonna be rather simple, baby. Just listen to me. Kill that nigga and send a letter to your sister because I need this shit to start some beef. But you're only a low lord. I'm the master of coin. At the end of this venture, I'm gonna be much more than just that. All I need you to do is play your part, and I got you. Little did she know that she was just a motherfucker. Little figure was like, yeah, bitch, I don't like you, you ugly, chopped ass bitch. Think I want to be with you? I want your fine ass sister. I want Lady Catelyn because I have emotional connections to her. I don't want you. Bro, that's another reason why fucking Joffrey probably died. But everybody wants to attribute it to Olenna, but what about Littlefinger? What about his emotions in this matter? Nigga, y'all killed the bitch that he loved. Oh, he didn't really care about Catelyn like that. Why the fuck did this shit just go south for the Lannisters after that? The Lannisters made their bed the second they killed Catelyn and they yoked that nigga up in season 2, bro. It wasn't season 2 or 3. It was either 2 or 3 where first they made their bed with Littlefinger with those two things, killing Catelyn and just insulting him, just making that nigga feel inferior and threatening his life, making him know that he's disposable in any course. And that's where y'all fucked up at. Cause I'm not fucking disposable. I mean, apparently you are because you would. No, I'm not, bitch. I'm still alive in the fucking books. And that is the canon that I'm sticking to because that's my favorite character and he didn't do none of that dumb Ramsay shit in the book. He was competent up until he wasn't. And that's when they ran out of source material. The same thing goes for Varys. Varys over here talking about, oh, Jon Snow, I need you to become king because Daenerys was being crazy queen and she would burn everything to the ground in front of black people that work for Daenerys. Niggas was like, hey, yo, did that nigga just say what I think he just said? Yo, I think we just witnessed some high treason, sir. Yo, I think we need to tell Khaleesi. Yeah, facts. We need to tell her grace about this shit. Like, bro, bro, they had my boy Littlefinger and Varys fumbling the bag! The bag! And then Jaime and Cersei died by rocks! They died by fucking rocks! And Daenerys gonna survive! I hate season 8 of Game of Thrones. That's why Power Rangers Altered Universe, the whole shit has been altered. All that season 8 shit just got undone. But that's what the Altered Universe is for Altered Universes. Characters that wouldn't be alive to tell the tales. Stories could be continued. But Ned Stark got beheaded. And I feel bad for Ned. Because I understood the series of events that led this situation here. But the one thing I will say is, Ned Stark died standing on business. He died standing on business. Even though he said he was a traitor, bro, the business he was standing on is I need to keep my daughter safe. The business he was standing on prior to that is Joffrey, you are a product of incest, and y'all are not the king's offspring. Ned Stark died standing on business, and that's why the North risen, and that's why the North remembers the bro. The North went so hard after Ned Stark died. All of them risen their banners, all of the great houses came, and they was winning. They was fucking Tywin Lannister up in the battlefield, bro. Tywin Lannister had to do some sneak shit. He was like, yo, you know what? Let's just sneak them. Let's just poison them. Nah, not poison. Let's just red wedding them. Let's just kill these niggas at the wedding and call it a day, bro. I'm tired. I'm not fighting that nigga. I'm old. Nigga, I'm 60. I want to win this war. I want niggas to talk shit. I want niggas to talk about how gangsta I was for the rest of my life. You know what's up? You know what? Ironically enough, I'll say about that. Tywin Lannister got that. Because outside of the Game of Thrones world, he's one of the best fucking villains to ever do it. Tywin Lannister is universally loved and hated as a character. His legacy is remembered. And that's because of the riveting performance, the amazing performance of Charles Dance, bro. Bro, the actors that play these characters, they put so much soul into these characters, bro. They make me want to relive the stories from seasons 1 through 4 over and over and over again. I cap off at 4 because shit gets stupid when Littlefinger start acting out of character and all the rest of the characters start acting out of character. I'm like, no! They start saying dumb shit like, I don't want it, or why do you think I came all this way, or she's my queen, or many sons to forgive me, I'm a bit confused. They start saying dumb shit like that, and I'm like, oh no. So for me, I still watch it though. I still watch 5, 6, 7, 8. I just enjoy Game of Thrones as a whole. But for me, the show peaks with Tywin Lannister. The second Tywin Lannister died, that shit tanked. It got bad after that. It got bad the second Tywin died. So Barristan died after that. That wasn't supposed to happen. Barristan Selby's still in the books. Why the fuck would Sir Barristan die? He's the most legendary swordsman ever. Bro, nah. Why the fuck would y'all kill off Barristan like that, bro? Nah, so that's like killing off Kakashi. Oh, I mean, technically they did kill off Kakashi in Naruto, but they also brought his ass back. That's because niggas can come back to life. But niggas come back to life in this shit. Jon Snow and Barry Dondarrion do it all the time. It's just limited. What? Well, I mean, it was limited too. The only niggas who really gonna do it. Alright, point is, after a while, just after that the last couple seasons, just, I would say it got abysmal. For me, it got abysmal the second Littlefinger died. Bro, that's when joy turned to ashes in my mouth. The way he died, because I wanted him to go out kicking and screaming like Yagami. Or if he was to die, I wanted Sansa to be the one to kill him. I didn't want Arya to do it. Bitch, you're not a part of his arc. I'm sorry. You're not his villain. You're a villain. Walder Frey, you kill Walder Frey, that's acceptable. You was at the Red Wedding when that happened. Everything that happened with Littlefinger was Sansa. She needed to be the one to kill him. Not no damn Arya. That's where I'm at with it right now. Sansa needed to kill Baelish, not Arya, bro. It needed to be baby girl. It needed to be Sansa. It didn't need to be Arya. Arya is nothing but a kill stealer, bro. All she does is steal people's kills, bro. She would be the most aggravating person to play Call of Duty with. Kill stealing all the time. That's when they got abysmal for me. That's when they got bad for me specifically. Because it was still fine. Jaime Lannister charged into a dragon, fine. Actually, I'd say it got bad when y'all went across the wall and y'all gave the Night King the dragon. But at the same time, I was lit because the dragon finally died. I was happy because I was against Daenerys from day one. I'm sorry, guys. But y'all was glazed, bro. All the characters that people glazed, I was against, bro. I'm sorry. I wanted all the people that y'all didn't want to win. I wanted to win. Y'all didn't want Cersei to win. I wanted her to win. Y'all didn't want Tywin to win. I wanted him to win. Y'all didn't want Littlefinger to win. I wanted him to win. I wanted all the terrible fucking people to win, bro. I didn't want none of these good niggas to win, bro. I wanted Tyrion to die, honestly, or at least get his tongue cut off because I felt like all the Lannister siblings should have lost something that made them special. Cersei lost her head. Jaime lost his head. Tyrion was supposed to lose his nose, but that's nothing. He should lose his tongue. His tongue is what makes him important. But yeah, bro, like, nah, son, I just love Game of Thrones, man. I just feel bad for Ned Stark looking at it from his lens and stuff. Because I usually look at it from the villain's lens because, like, I try to put myself in, why the fuck would you be this terrible to do what you would do? And then I can understand, oh, it's because they married me to some fat nigga that be fucking other bitches. Oh, it's because the bitch that I like didn't like me and I never got over it. Oh, it's because I have a lot of, my family is a long list of toll collectors and we didn't get this way by just being nice. Bro, like, it's because, nigga, you touched my fucking toy and now you must suffer. It's because I touched this nigga's toy, now I have to kill this nigga because he put my face into the fire and I hate you now. It's shit like that, bro. Like, I'm sorry, I like the motivations that turn monsters into the monsters that they are. Like, for instance, for Joffrey, what made him so fucking terrible was one moment in season 1. It was a conversation between him and Cersei about what happened with Arya, the butcher's boy, and the dog. Basically, Joffrey said, nah. He basically said this shit to his mother. Mom, I was a bitch out there, bro. I wasn't a real man. My father don't think I'm a real man. He think I'm pussy, bro. I think I'm pussy. Arya thinks I'm pussy. I lost to her in a fight. That bitch beat my ass. No, these are war scars. You're a warrior, you're a lion, and they defied you. The world will be yours, and you can take anything. You can have any woman you want at any time. Cersei, why are you giving this nigga the worst affirmations ever? You're a terrible fucking. You're worse than Alicent. Alicent just won't say shit at all. Alicent will just lead you to your own fucking devices. Like Aegon will be like, Ma. Alicent will just be out the door, bro. But Cersei, her advice is even worse. Because at least when Alicent be trying, Alicent be like, hey, Aegon, don't quit that. That's just don't do that. That's nasty. You're a king. I can't believe you. Like, I can't stand you, Aegon. At least Alicent get mad at her kid when they fuck up. Cersei, she be like, nah, you a lion. We like that. We like that. We can do shit like that. We just like that. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna create. This nigga's gonna be such a piece of shit because of you, bro. And he was, and I love him because of it, bro. If Joffrey was a normal fucking character, we wouldn't have the story we got now. I'm glad he's a piece of shit, bro. Think I want to see Joffrey be I mean, I do. That's why I have Power Rangers Ultimate Universe. A part of me does want to see these characters be a little bit different or just have different things happening and just go through different adventures. But I love the organic story of Game of Thrones. So I'm like, Joffrey just being as terrible as he is fucking awesome. Like, this nigga, bro, it's awesome because I knew this nigga's gonna die, bro. I'm like, oh my god, when this nigga dies, it's gonna be fucking amazing. It's gonna be great. Like, this nigga's terrible. like, oh my god. Like, the more terrible, the better. I'm sorry. Because once you get your comeuppance, it's either going to be great or I'm going to hate it. Because I'm either going two things are going to happen. It's either going to be great because you were such a piece of shit and I wanted you to die, or I'm going to hate it because I actually like your character. Or if it's lackluster, I'll just be like, fuck, why'd you do it that way? Like in Cersei's case. But for Joffrey, I was happy when that nigga died. But Littlefinger, I was tight when that nigga died. And with Cersei, I just felt like her death was lackluster. And that's where I'm at with this Game of Thrones shit when it comes to that. I'm going to probably go over different perspectives because I usually just basically just burst it out into another rambling video about Game of Thrones. It started with me talking about Ned Stark, but me talking about Ned Stark branches into me talking about all the other characters, especially my favorites, like Littlefinger and the Lannisters. So yeah, I'm gonna do one for Daenerys eventually. I'm gonna do one for Nanny. I don't really want to do one for Jon Snow because me and my girlfriend both agree that the wall is the most boring part of the story. Like every time we watch this shit, we both get tight. We're like, why? Why are we at the wall? It's boring over here. Like, well, we hate the wall. We don't check that the wall, so that's the story I was asked. Bro. Like, bro, when the wall show up, we start looking at our phones. See, at the wall, that's what we put up our. We start looking at our phones. We King's Landing folk over here. We like King's Landing. But yeah, this video is getting really, really long. But I covered Ned Stark essentially. He died because he should have stayed his ass in Winterfell. And I'm gonna make a video perspective for each character. Because I have a lot to say from the perspective of a lot of characters, especially people like Cersei and Littlefinger. Because I guess the first couple of rambling videos is kind of from Littlefinger's perspective. Because his perspective is an interesting one. His is, I need to acquire more fucking wealth and because I want to become king because I've been broke my whole life and everything's been taken from me. Y'all got me fucked up because y'all niggas trying to press me and think I'm pussy all the time. So I'm gonna fuck y'all up at every corner. His perspective is interesting because of that. Cersei's perspective is interesting is, I should have been a nigga. I should have been a man. Why was I born with womanly parts, bro? Because of that, they treat me like a freaking woman and I have to settle into the world of women. And now I got married this fat ass nigga who used to be handsome, but he let himself go. And he don't even like me like that, bro. Like he don't like me, he's not attracted to me, and nothing, I'm not attracted to him. And like I got this thing with my brother, it's nasty, and I can't tell people about it, and I'm extra guarded about it, so yeah. And the Tywin Lannister. My father was a bitch ass nigga. He used to make people all the money and shit like that, bro. He used to laugh at my face, laugh at his face. He used to laugh with them, bro. I can't stand laughter, bro. I can't stand the way they used to laugh at my father, bro. The way he used to just, women laughed at him. Bro, I made that bitch walk butt naked through the streets for that shit, bro. Got me fucked up laughing at my daddy like that. Nah, bro, that whole house eradicated. Them niggas don't even exist no more. And if they do, they won't be for long. Because the second I found it for Randall or Tarback exists, I'll send them niggas back to the 7 fucking hells. That got me fucked up. And my wife is dead. Yeah, that happened. I got a dwarf son because my wife died and the Mad King was laughing at me. And I think the Mad King might have been fucking my wife. All types of unhinged for the rest of my life. I gotta restore my family legacy and shit. I'm gonna be disappointed with I'm gonna walk around with the air of disappointment. I'm going to be a lion in human form. And what that truly fucking embodies. I'm gonna make the name Lannister mean something. Because y'all got me fucked up. Bro, the world had Tywin Lannister fucked up since the day he was born. Because they said the first thing that nigga did was bite. Like Tywin used to bite people. As a baby, he was a biter. I'm like, damn. But yeah, at some point I'll go into different perspectives. I guess I just did somewhat, but yeah, I just keep rambling at this point. Oh my goodness, rambling. As if. Alright guys, that's enough for today. Follow the goodness, follow the Irish, may the power protect you. May your heart be your guiding key. Stay safe.